Like, we haven't seen this in a while, and it's really a big sigh of relief here on Capitol Hill. We certainly hope and pray and trust that Iran will end its nuclear enrichment program. They'll heed the calls of the rest of the world, and that we can have peace in the Middle East and peace in Israel. It's a really, really big day, historic.
When will you expect to be getting a briefing on all of this?
Well, we were set to have a briefing tomorrow afternoon, and so it'll be a little different in its tone, I suspect now. But just a great day. I think this should be something that every elected official here in both parties should applaud and be thankful for. So we're excited.
Do you think the War Powers Resolution will still come to the floor?
It's kind of a moot point now, isn't it? But if they file it as a privileged resolution, it's supposed to be on the floor within 15 days. But it seems rather silly at this point, and I hope they'll acknowledge it as such and put it to bed, because it had zero chance of passage anyway.
Do you expect reconciliation that we're going to be here next week, given the timeline that the Senate has of possibly voting on it Thursday?
Well, Leader Thune and I are both intent on keeping that July 4th deadline, and I expect that they will move the bill through their chamber this week, and we will get it done on time if that's the case. So that's our intent.
Do you think a ceasefire deal can hold? Do you have faith that the Iranians are acting in good faith by entering?
Ronald Reagan said trust but verify, but it certainly seems like a good indication. I think the stakes are too high and they're in too much of a weakened position to be playing games with this, so we're going to take it at face value, and I certainly hope it's true.
Sir, how confident are you that the pilots were able to hit their target and achieve the goal that they had in striking Iran?
It was remarkable precision. It was planned and executed so well. We have the most capable military in the world, and this is a great indication, another example of that. I think that sent an important signal to the world, and I think obviously we all can extrapolate from the facts here and understand that was the reason that this is being resolved. It will be called the 12-day war, I suppose. That's what we're nicknaming it already, and just a remarkable turn of events. So let's hope that this is this historic, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we would all experience to truly have peace in the Middle East. That's what the people there deserve and they yearn for, even the Iranian people. And we hope that that all comes about. So, thanks.
You have been listening there to House Speaker Mike Johnson. Mel Zanona, you saw her, our Capitol Hill correspondent, talking with him. Mel, I think you can hear me now. We missed the very top of that. Had the House Speaker been briefed by the White House, by the president, or was he basing his remarks off of that Truth Social post?
It sounded to me, Hallie, like he had not been personally briefed by the president. I do know that this morning, though, he told us earlier today that he had received a classified briefing on Iran. The House and Senate are also due to get a full briefing tomorrow, so I suspect Congress will be getting more information. But as you heard there, the Speaker reacting in real time to this news of a ceasefire. He was also asked, are you confident that this will hold? And he said, yes, this is a 12-day war. It's a great moment for our nation. So, in the Speaker's own words, a huge sigh of relief here on Capitol Hill, because this is an issue that had split the Republican Party, split the Democratic Party in some ways. There was talk of a War Powers Resolution that was going to come to the floor to try to prevent further Iranian intervention by the United States. Unclear if that's still going to come up. I suspect, though, that some of these Republican outliers, like Thomas Massie, for example, a Republican who had been pushing that War Powers Resolution, he might still want some assurances that in case things go sideways again, that there is going to be some congressional approval, because Congress really has been out of the loop. And the fact that it appeared, at least based on the conversation we just had with Johnson, that he was basing his reactions on the public news, it just shows how out of the loop Congress has been throughout this entire process, whether that is the decision making, whether it's the notification leading up to the events, the transparency around it, or the briefing involving what the decision making is going to be. But for now, just a big relief here on Capitol Hill.
Mel Zanona, great work corralling House Speaker Mike Johnson and getting that real-time reaction to this news now from President Trump that we've been reporting on over the course of the last 38 minutes, 35 minutes or so, that the president says there is a ceasefire that will take place in the overnight hours between Israel and Iran.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.